John Smith Hurt, March 8, 1893, 1 NB1 November 2, 1966, known as Mississippi John Hurt, was an American country blues singer, songwriter, and guitarist. 3. Hurt was raised in Avalon, Mississippi and taught himself to play the guitar around the age of 9. He worked as a sharecropper and began playing at dances and parties, singing to a melodious finger-picked accompaniment. 4. His first recordings, made for OK Records in 1928, were commercial failures, and he continued to work as a farmer. Dick Spotswood and Tom Hoskins, a blues enthusiast, located Hurt in 1963 and persuaded him to move to Washington, D.C. 5. He was recorded by the Library of Congress in 1964. This helped further the American folk music revival, which led to the rediscovery of many other bluesmen of Hurt's era. Hurt performed on the University and Coffeehouse concert circuit with other Delta blues musicians who were brought out of retirement. He also recorded several albums for Vanguard Records. Hurt returned to Grenada, Mississippi, in 1966, where he died at the age of 73. Material recorded by Hurt has been re-released by several record labels. His songs have been recorded by Bob Dylan, Dave Van Ronk, Jerry Garcia, Beck, Doc Watson, John McCutcheon, Taj Mahal, Bruce Cockburn, David Johansen, Bill Morrissey, Gillian Welsh, The Be Good Tanyas, Josh Ritter, Chris Smither, Guthrie Thomas, Parsons Field, and Rory Block. 6. Biography. Early years. Hurt was born in Teoc, 7 Carroll County, Mississippi, and raised in Avalon, Mississippi. He taught himself to play guitar at the age of 9. Stealthily playing the guitar of William Henry Carson, a friend of his mother, Mary Jane, who often stayed at the Hurt home while courting a woman who lived nearby. 8. As a youth, he played old-time music for friends and at dances. He worked as a farmhand and sharecropper into the 1920s. 9. Hurt's fast, highly syncopated style of playing was meant for dancing. On occasion, a medicine show came through the area. Hurt recalled that one wanted to hire him. One of them wanted me, but I said no because I just never wanted to get away from home. 7. In 1923, he played with the fiddle player Willie Nama as a substitute for Nama's regular partner, Shel Smith. 9. First recordings. When Nama got a chance to record for OK Records as a prize for winning first place in a 1928 fiddle contest, he recommended Hurt to OK producer Tommy Rockwell. 10. After auditioning Monday Morning Blues at his home, Hurt took part in 2 recording sessions in Memphis and New York City. 9. While in Memphis, he recalled seeing many blues singers: Lonnie Johnson, Blind Lemon Jefferson, Bessie Smith, and lots more. 7. Hurt described his first recording session: a great big hall with only the 3 of us in it, me, the man Rockwell, and the engineer. It was really something. I sat on a chair, and they pushed the microphone right up to my mouth and told me that I couldn't move after they had found the right position. I had to keep my head absolutely still. Oh, I was nervous, and my neck was sore for days after. 7. Hurt attempted further negotiations with OK to record again, but his records were commercial failures. OK went out of business during the Great Depression, and Hurt returned to Avalon and obscurity, working as a sharecropper and playing at local parties and dances. 4. Rediscovery and death. Hurt's renditions of Frankie and Spike Driver Blues were included in the Anthology of American Folk Music in 1952, which generated considerable interest in locating him. 11. When a copy of Avalon Blues was discovered in 1963, it led musicologist Dick Spotswood to locate Avalon, Mississippi, in an atlas, and asked Tom Hoskins, who was traveling that way, to inquire after Hurt. 5. 12. Avalon, my hometown. Always on my mind, Avalon, my hometown. Mississippi John Hurt, Avalon Blues. Upon locating Hurt, Hoskins persuaded him to perform several songs, to ensure that he was genuine. 11 Hoskins was convinced and, seeing that Hurt's guitar-playing skills were still intact, encouraged him to move to Washington, D.C., and perform for a broader audience. Early in 1963 Hurt recorded an album, Folk Songs and Blues, that was released in August 1963 through Piedmont Records. 13. His performance at the 1963 Newport Folk Festival caused his star to rise in the folk revival occurring at that time. 4. Soon after, in 1964, he recorded live for radio in Massachusetts with Skip James. 14-15. For a few short years, Hurt performed extensively at colleges, concert halls, and coffee houses, and appeared on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. He also recorded 3 albums for Vanguard Records. 4. Much of his repertoire was also recorded for the Library of Congress. His fans particularly liked the ragtime songs Salty Dog and Candy Man, and the blues ballads Spike Driver Blues, a variant of John Henry and Frankie. 4. Hurt's influence spanned several music genres, including blues, spirituals, country, bluegrass, folk, and contemporary rock and roll. A soft-spoken man, his nature was reflected in the work, which consisted of a mellow mix of country, blues, and old-time music. 9. Hurt died of a heart attack on November 2, 1966, at a hospital in Grenada, Mississippi. 1. His last recordings had been done at a hotel in New York City in February and July of that year, but were not released until 1972 on the Vanguard LP Last Sessions. 16.